What is going on, everybody? It is Antonius, the gamer, here with Super SSS Rank, here for another episode of the Gamer
Welcome,
Podcast.
everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are holding it down in place of our boy Tim Mykale Smith. Having some technical difficulties right now, but he may join us later. But you know, he gave us the salute and the go ahead to record this episode without him, so we're gonna do just that. And
All right.
George, we got a theme for the games this episode because things just happen to coincide in a way that you want it to be good. It's not necessarily bad, but it does make you, as a avid gamer, it makes you kind of scratch your chin, scratch your head in confusion and in perplexion of we're just getting
Nani.
We're getting a lot of 2-4s this past month. And what I mean by that, listening audience, or viewing audience, is we recently gotten a slew of announcements of, particularly in the fighting game world, of companies reselling us the same characters. And that will make more sense later on in the episode. But right now we're going to start off with the earliest announcement out of the bunch, which was for Dragon Ball XenoVerse 2 DLC pack ? At this point, because I think the game came out 2016. It's 2024, and we're still getting DLC. So I don't even know what pack we're on. But they recently announced another DLC pack. This DLC pack, just like the last one, is containing 3 different characters. One of them being Videl with a Chun-Li fighting style, Android 18 in her tracksuit from Dragon Ball Super, and Super Saiyan God Vegeta Ultra Villain. Now, Jory, being a Dragon Ball fan like myself and like Mykale, when you see not even with Videl, when you see a DLC pack of essentially reskins that the company's telling you, hey, you should purchase this. It's coming with story mode DLC. What comes to mind with this particular game?
I feel insulted, man. Like, how stupid do you think I am? This is now, they turned it into an MMO.
I mean, yeah.
There's no other way to explain this game. For me, all those DLCs killed the game for me, because I'm like, okay, at this point, the game came out what, 2018?
2016.
2019?
16.
2016.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. We've been playing that game since the PS4. Yeah.
And I'm here just baffled. Like, why are you wasting these resources? Where's Fighter Z? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are resources? And then y'all got Spark and Blast to drop, and y'all still making DLC for this game. I be like, they really think we stupid, man. I'm like, how dumb do you think we are?
Yeah.
And then now y'all pulling resources from Heroes, which isn't even canon.
Yeah.
It's just FanFest 2024. Like, dog, this reminds me of the Now Volume 5s, dog. Yeah. I can't believe it. I'm like, dog, like, what are they doing? And then the villain that they're giving us is like not even interesting. Like, this was like the worst episode of Heroes, because it was like your cliche Vegeta getting taken over again. Like, how many times do we have to go through this? Dog. It just don't make any sense to me, man. First Majin Vegeta, then that little episode in Super where he gets taken over by the purple truffle.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dog, Vegeta dog got no mental strength, no mental
fortitude, nothing. The pride was all talk.
And then y'all going ahead. Oh, Majin Vegeta was just as strong as Super Saiyan 3. No, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this. This thing is ridiculous, man. I'm just trying to see what else they're coming. Okay, the Super DLC. The game is dead. Okay, here's your version of Street Fighter Ultra, Street Fighter Championship Edition.
Yeah,
have at thee.
But even with that, it's just like, not to cut you off entirely, but even with that, it's like, wouldn't it have made more sense to give us the teen versions of Goten and Trunks from the movie, as opposed to Videl and 18? That was where my thought went to. I was like, why these two?
Y'all could have.
We've never had adult Goten in a game. We've never had adult Goten in a game. He's only been kid Goten.
Wow.
You could even angle it that way, like a Dragon Ball exclusive, the first time of a playable grown Goten in a Dragon Ball game. There's your marketing right there.
I'm pretty sure Zamasu made it in this DLC. He's already in here, right?
Yeah, in every form you could think of. Zamasu, Goku Black, Fuse Zamasu. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, they don't know. The same way they don't know what to do with DC is the same way they don't know what to do with these games. Because I'm out here, I'm like, man, these guys really don't know what they have on their hands here.
Yeah.
They need to end. Xenoverse needs to end.
Yeah.
Xenoverse needs to end, and they make an MMO game to where it's a fusion of Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot, and Xenoverse. And you have your little Street Fighter hub world.
Mm-hmm.
Create an entirely different story with new villains. Because how many times are you guys going to sell us the Dragon Ball Z storyline?
And I was going to say the thing that makes it even sadder is that, remember, that was Xenoverse's whole angle, is like all these what ifs, right? Of like, what if Raditz survived, or what, like these things that are interesting at first, have a novelty to them, but after 8 years start to lose a little bit of their luster of like, okay, yeah, sure, what if Beerus showed up and was possessed during the Broly movie? I don't know. Like it reaches a point of just like, I don't understand what we're doing now.
It's not even interesting, right? It's not something that actually makes sense, right? It's just, what if Boma made a super suit to compete and fight?
Right.
It makes sense, right? Capsule Corp, why not? It makes sense, right? But no. What if Boma forged the sword for Trunks, right? Mm-hmm. Capsule Corp, right? But no, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and there's no growth or depth to it. Like, there's nothing where it's like, okay, I'm with y'all on this initial concept. Where are we going with this? Oh, well, that's just a temporal distortion, and once you do this as your created character, it rights itself. It corrects itself. It's just like, okay. Okay.
Like, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, because for me, what are they going to do with Xenoverse 3? So now all the ideas you could have had are done. You gave us years of content, years of packs. Mm-hmm. Now you expect us to buy these characters all over again?
Yep. And not only that, you were selling us transformations. That was the most egregious thing of like, it wasn't even like you were selling us characters who could transform. It's like, nope, here is specifically Super Saiyan God Vegeta, specifically Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. They can't power down, you can't transform into them. Specifically, I'll take $10, please.
What's gonna make Xenoverse stand out from Sparking Zero?
They would have to really lean into the 3 on multiple angle, because you're right. It's the roster at this point is going to lose its appeal once Sparking Zero drops. That's the only thing the universe still has, is like, technically speaking, you, me, and Tim could be on the same team fighting against a giant Great Ape Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? Like that. They still have that for them. There's still 3 friends against the super boss.
Just turn it into an MMO. Go back and make that Dragon Ball Z game that you guys had online.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Online.
And just go from there.
Yeah.
Don't even introduce Goku. Goku does not exist in this world. just make something. Just make the races and make new characters. Because now I'm going in. You got this multiverse syndrome going on. It has to die. It's too late because everybody's doing it.
Yeah. And not only that, like you said earlier, and I guess we can move on to the other clones and stuff, but it's just like, I don't think the Dragon Ball Heroes world is consistent enough for it to be interesting, right? It's like, we've talked about this in the group chat multiple times, where it's like, they have certain things that are like, man, that was actually a really good idea. Like you said it before, what if Turles never stopped eating the fruit of the Tree of Might? That's a fire concept.
Fire concept.
What if Dr. Wheeler was able to make a body for himself that wasn't Goku's? You know, like, but for every idea like that, there's what if Teen Gohan went Super Saiyan 3 in the Cell games? It's like, why?
How? Wait, Bardock is actually the first Super Saiyan?
Right.
Because he didn't actually die.
Right. He got blasted into
a new future, into the past. So he's dead. He got blasted into the past? He's dead, kid. What? Mm-hmm. Nah, fam.
Yeah.
And then, okay, this would be interesting. What if King Cole transformed?
Yeah.
That'd have been interesting. And then now Trunks got heat.
Right.
That's a whole saga on your hands here, right? But no.
Yeah, it's just
no.
Here's a new version of Super Saiyan Blue Vegito using 20 times Kaioken. It's like, what? Why? Whoa.
And yeah.
We started off this series with Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan 4, Goku from different universes clashing to see which form was stronger. Then we basically said, well, no matter which one is stronger, Ultra Instinct is better than all of them. And it's just like, well, that was pointless.
Yep, pointless, right? So the apes that naturally tap into with their tails are stronger than Saiyans without tails.
Yep.
Dragon Ball Z heroes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Fan fiction the game. Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'll be curious to kind of see what the sales end up being for this next pack of DLC. Because like you said, Sparking Zero is coming out. And if nothing else, the nostalgia of that game will carry it a little bit further than an 8-year-old Xenoverse at this point, right? Where like the trailer drops, and I don't know if you've seen some of the comments, but I'm just like, maybe we're looking at 2 different games for Sparking Zero. All I saw was cutscenes, like cutscene attacks.
Yeah, and Master Roshi fighting his disciples, but Master Roshi can't fly.
Right.
So he didn't fly not one time. I'm watching it. I'm like, okay.
Right.
So he gonna fight on the ground?
I don't know. Or they'll do what they did last time in the Tenkaichi series where he can like super jump, where like he can jump and he like floats, but then eventually starts to come back down to the ground. That's what they did in the PS2 games. It's accurate. You know, I don't know like but then there's also like, I'm also that person that's like, if he flew, I wouldn't care. For a game like this, it doesn't matter. You know, like,
and my thing is, why can't Master Roshi fly, but Fidel can? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. you gotta give a little, get a little, right? Because at the same time, how did Master Roshi go from barely being able to keep up with Tien from Dragon Ball to now he's able to fight off Frieza's forces and fight in the Tournament of Power and fight what's his name, Frost, without being obliterated immediately? Yeah. So moving right along to our next. So nice we had to sell it twice. We finally, after a long period of time, finally got our reveal trailer for Akuma for Street Fighter 6. Dropped it in the chat. Tim, if he ends up joining us, if he doesn't end up joining us, I'll speak on his opinion. He was clearly very underwhelmed, like I think we both were, in terms of here comes this grand reveal of like the character encapsulating the end of season 1. Trying to like justify why we're being sold Akuma again. And I don't know about you, Jory, but all I saw was the same moves, just faster. Like a flashy raging demon is not going to cut it for me. I'm sorry. It did look fire. It did, but that is not enough. It was the same old thing.
For me, I was like, yo, kid, all this for a drop of blood. The old Thanos quote, kid, because it's just like, all right, number one, what version of Akuma is this? Shin Akuma?
Maybe.
But his hair was just red in 5.
Maybe he tapped into his Shin powers between now and then.
But they don't explain nothing, man. So you're saying now, okay. So what version of Akuma is this? I don't know. Is this the complete version who mastered the Setsui no Ado, or is this the one who gave himself off? Because now they're gonna sell us Oni Shin Oni Akuma, right? They got to, kid. They got to. They gonna do, because my thing is, what's the point now? The story, everybody dead until they bring them back until they're not dead anymore.
Right.
So what's the story, man?
Because now that they've confirmed that Goten is not dead, is he just retired somewhere? Like what's going on with?
No present. Like Goten should have been before Akuma at least, right? Or maybe Goten replaces Akuma, right?
Or he's like the yin to the yang of like the power of nothingness that Ryu masters now. Apparently, Goten was the first one who adopted it. I would imagine he'd be wherever Akuma is within you know what I'm trying to say. Like you would imagine that he would have kind of met that level or be in that realm as well.
Yeah, Ryu, let me teach you how to fill an empty cup with water, kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But none of that. I think how I felt about the trailer, it's like the presentation just doesn't have impact anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because, okay, you selling me this big bad, but he doesn't have any. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's not like the Omni-Man, you know, but the Omni-Man reveal should have been more potent, right? But it just doesn't have impact. I don't even feel
the Omni-Man one is tricky though, because he's a guest character, right? So you don't want him to overshadow the returning villains for whatever Mortal Kombat does next. All right, the last thing you want to say is like, man, these villains are good, but where's Omni-Man? Right? That sounds crazy.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, look at Tekken. Tekken had Akuma. I feel like Akuma's presence in Tekken is celebrated more than we get in this one, because it's like, oh man, Akuma, nice, man, that's great,
right? And how he's used in that story of like, no, he's like one of the final bosses in that game.
How many times are you guys gonna pay for this guy? No, at this point they can't sell me Akuma no more. They better not sell me Akuma in Street Fighter 7, because it doesn't make any sense. Let me unlock him. Give me something. Let me pay for Oni Akuma. You feel me?
Right.
Let me pay for Triborg Cyber Akuma. You know, whatever nonsense they come up with.
I forgot about Cyber Akuma. That was a thing too.
And that was a thing. Like, I don't
completely forgot about that.
Who made that? Right? Okay, charge us on the expansion packs and costumes. Like, don't charge me for Akuma anymore, man. It's like, if he fought different, maybe you could have justified that, but
he doesn't. He's just faster. Like, all I saw was like, okay, he has better mix-ups of the same exact moves.
Way better mix-ups of it. Yeah, he has that 1-2 fist, but I think only Akuma had that, right?
I don't remember.
There was one move
but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, man. I just it was lackluster, man. I just kind of like, I mean, it wasn't lackluster. I just didn't care. It just didn't hit me anymore. Because number one, how many times are you guys gonna? Akuma has no other presence to fight against, to kind of like amplify it.
Yes.
At this point, I would introduce another baddie. Hey, what happens if this person ever went toe to toe? Then you build up your meter for clash meter.
I think they wanted to do that with Mykale last game, and it just didn't work.
No, you can't.
Right.
It didn't work. God, let's take the time to look at homie origin. Why does Akuma work so well? Listen, we playing the game. I'm playing Street Fighter. I'm fighting M Bison. Kid, I'm on my it's 1 round, I lose. 1 round, he lose. Fine. I beat Bison. I'm about to beat Bison. It's getting to the next. Oh, dang, I gotta fight Bison again. A stranger comes out of nowhere, grabs Bison. The screen turns black. Bison is dead. Man throws Bison's body. The Bison's body stays in the match. And y'all just fighting. I said, this is Bison. Who is this? Now people are going crazy. Number one, and then when you fight him, he fights just like you, but better.
Way better.
Now he jumps away from you, but slides to you. Now you do a Hadouken, he does it in the air.
Diagonally, yeah.
You're losing your mind. You're losing your mind. Now you walk into the arcade, you see somebody fighting this redhead character, you stop, you look back, yo, I was just about to play Streets of Rage, but who is this character?
Mm-hmm.
You have no answers. And in order to get to Akuma, you have to have perfect wins.
Yep.
You met the requirements. That means you are already there's a reward there. I am the elite of fighters to see this demon, this beast that comes out of nowhere, this rare animal, this rare Pokemon in the bushes, dog. I was telling me about. You at school, hey, did you fight Akuma? Who's Akuma? He fights just like Ryu. Who's Akuma? You finally see Akuma. Oh nah.
Yeah.
Then you fight and you about to beat Akuma Lee, like, yeah. Ooh, Screen turns black. How do I avoid this grab? What do I do?
I was blocking. I know I was blocking.
And then when he kills you, he shows his back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the symbol shows up and you on the floor. The effect of Akuma presentation, number one. Unless you go in to your art studio with the mentality to try to triumph that or have something equal to the same of character presentation, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Do you want to know why Heihachi and Akuma worked? Because Heihachi had build-up. Heihachi did stuff that was like, yo, this old man is a problem. This old man is a problem. That's why it worked.
Yeah.
That's why it worked. When we go in King of Fighters, Mark of Gao, Mark of Wolves, and you go against Geese Howard. Yo, Geese Howard is a problem. The buildup is there. How does Akuma go up against Rugail? The buildup's there. Nakali was dead on paper. You made out of clay?
Right.
You mean to tell me Gil birthed you? Can you an Orochimaru villain?
Yeah.
Reject test who baby?
Who roams the world looking for a steady challenger, yet you constantly beat him multiple times during the Street Fighter V story.
And you think you gonna be better than the Aztec warrior?
Yeah.
Ogre?
You're right.
It's too late.
It's been done before and it's been done better.
It's been done before and it's been done better.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all should have just oh my god.
And that was
y'all give him move.
I was gonna say it's funny you say that because it makes me think of like you're right, introductions. Even though I do have a point to make about that in particular, I think introductions hold more weight because when I do think about Ogre, right, and Ogre is the same thing as like Tekken 3. You're fighting this green beast. You're just like, man, what do I do? Like, how do I beat this man? And then you find out about the existence of true Ogre. Just like, all right, well,
yep.
Look at the time.
and then guess what? Ogre's not even a human. You're not even fighting a human.
Right. It's time for bed. You know what? You're right. I am getting a little tired.
Kid, a whole kaiju. You fighting a whole kaiju. I'm like, dog, this kid, the game done. Yeah. I'm done, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's my whole thing. I'm like, yo, how do you guys are not thinking? Y'all know what Akuma is? And there's not one character you guys made that'll rival the effect.
Yep. Like you said, Mykale just doesn't do it.
Gil would make the best JoJo Bizarre Adventure villain. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
But that's the thing. They should use it to their advantage because Capcom has made a JoJo Bizarre Adventure game. Like, it's part of their history. It wouldn't. Lean into it more. Why not? Why not?
I don't think the creatives are creative. I think they just want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
There's no way me and you can come up with a better storyline. You telling me that, yo, I just want Final Fantasy to be Terminator. I'm looking at you. I said, yo, you're right. He got defeated. He goes into the live stream to fight Aerith. Aerith is John Connor. Mm-hmm. But then you add a mix-up.
Well, technically, Sarah Connor. Cloud would be John.
Yeah, you're right. And John Connor, Sarah Connor, and Cloud would be John Connor. Mm-hmm. The only thing is they're not related. She falls in love.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect story.
But no.
Perfect story.
Or like how like you and mostly Tim, but like was kind of pining of like just make Akuma the final villain, but they won't commit to it. They won't commit to Akuma just being like enough is enough. I run things now. So it's like the thing of diminishing returns of like you said earlier, like how many times can you resell this character who has no aim, no ambition, no goal that we haven't seen for the past 15 years now, and still expect us to get excited.
And you know what got me so angry? I felt like Street Fighter, even though people hate that movie, Street Fighter Alpha presented Akuma better.
It did. His presentation in that movie was not the problem. Everything else was the problem.
I know.
Yeah.
The last villain was just.
Yeah.
The last villain.
Yeah.
The last villain was just Blanca.
Yeah.
Smart Blanca.
Yeah.
Hey, but I hate to say it, man. That movie holds a special place in my heart, man.
I mean,
it does.
Don't get me wrong. I think the art style for it was perfect. I think it matched Alpha's art style very, very well. I think there are scenes that are highlighted. Right? Was the movie where Ryu kicked through the glass of a moving car? Right? Was that the movie? Was that Alpha?
No, I don't think so. That's probably 2.
You sure?
Alpha's when he dodged bullets.
Well,
at 19 years old.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
he fought someone who can move faster than the speed of light. Well, not speed of light, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, for somebody to survive, like the raging demon, you got to be pretty quick. So I'm not putting that past him.
Yeah. That kid, that combo that Ryu hit on that guardsman, dog, that terrorist, or that goon kid, that goon was dead. You feel me? Dog, but
I gotta look that clip up, and that's gonna bother me. I'm like, I know Ryu could get through like a moving car once in something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But yeah,
and then there's actually moments from Street Fighter V that were interesting, but they never capitalized on it. They just never draw inspiration. That's my whole thing with Akuma. Those things tie into the character. Like I know a lot of people are trying to separate the lore from the character, but listen, a fighting game, all of these things are important.
Yeah,
every single piece. Look at. I'll prove it to you. Look at how they revealed Tekken 8 to us. They showed us a clip of Kazuya in PS2 graphics throwing Heihachi off of a cliff. He does the classic smile, and then the graphics render to present Kazuya. We lose our minds. Why? Because the lore and the story. They even presented him the same way in Super Smash Brothers. You cannot avoid it. The storyline matters nowadays, man. It just does. It's a fighting game. We don't care to see every moment of their life like a video game.
Right.
But the story, right? Oh my gosh, what? This took place? This is how he got there?
Right.
I'm in love with this character, man. I gotta play him.
Right. Or why do you introduce a concept that you then abandon games later? Like, to me, I remember going through the Street Fighter 4 iterations where they announced DeCapri. And it's like, yeah, she's a clone of Cammy. She's one of the many sisters of Cammy, because Cammy's also a bison container, essentially. And I'm just like, wait. What? Like, tell me more. Like, are we expanding on this lore of like her being one of, essentially the Kimimaro to Bison's Orochimaru type thing? Like, she got the curse seals. Like, nope, we will never speak about this again. And DiCaprio will never be playable again. It's like, then why did we do this? What was the point?
And she's in 5.
But as an NPC.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. And of all the DLC, we didn't get her. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess before we move on to the next topic, do you feel like now that season 1 is coming to a close for Street Fighter 6, do you feel like there's anything that will kind of pique your interest going into season 2?
I'm happy for Street Fighter. Akuma looks great. I think the reason why it's not Akuma's being well received is because, honestly, he looks good. The Street Fighter 6 graphics help, man. The muscle moving, everybody has a different body structure. To me, that's what I want from a video game. I don't want everybody to have the same body type.
Right.
It to me is just Y'all lazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it's gonna do. I think season 2, and these are my hopes, and for season 2, that the roster is just gonna be interesting. I think. How many characters come in the pack? 4?
I think it's 5. No, 4.
5? Okay.
Let's just say 4 to 5.
Okay. I'm expecting Sakura. Okay.
It makes sense, but that's a weird pitch.
That is a weird pitch. For me, if you guys want this season to be fire, Sean.
Yeah. Okay.
Sean should have been the face of Street Fighter 6 if you wanted to do the new generation, because he's already beloved.
Yep.
It should have been Sean, Sakura, and then maybe Ibuki, right? Maybe or Sean, Sakura. Who else? Give me a character out there.
You know, I gotta throw in one of my favorites, Makoto.
Who? Makoto would have been perfect. But the thing is, Makoto isn't attached to anybody important that we, you know what I'm saying, that we like.
That's fair. I think in terms of just age range wise, like she's on the younger side as well. Like an older her would kind of make sense. Given where we're at.
Absolutely makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. So for me, this lineup would have been Sean. Makoto's a good pick, but I don't think it's going to happen. No, at least not in this DLC pack. If you guys, I'm expecting Sean. I would hope for Sean. I would hope for Elaine to make a presence back, right? Because my thing is, okay, if we go fighters around the world, it does now. Am I pandering because I have more than 6 people for the first 6 black people for the first time in a video game? Is that too much? Is it now? Am I now being someone who's pandering to the culture? I don't think so.
I think the only thing that holds Elena back is, even though people will argue and defend her gameplay style, to be honest, the most interesting thing about her is that she's friends with Akuma. Like when you look at the Elena fan art that gets done, it's just her and Akuma hanging out because why are they friends? Right? That's the ongoing inside joke. Like, how in the world are these two people friends?
Okay, let's do something interesting. Let's just say it might not happen. She learns the Dark Ado, but fused with the version of her capoeira style. Right? This is us being geniuses. Right? They're not gonna follow our genius, of course, guys. Right? But I say Elena, Sean. I think Street Fighter 6 version of Elena is gonna be fire. The way these characters, I have no fear of seeing these renderizations of these realizations of these characters. Because when I was looking at the artwork, I was like, "Yo, this don't even look like Street Fighter." But I was wrong. I was very wrong. And so I'm excited to see how these characters will look, because you can't fail at this point. You guys been building up a consistency. Who would have thought Akuma would have been well received with his newer design? I love it. It's a great design. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's a great design, and he even looks just as good in his traditional costume. Yeah, which I hope comes with the DLC.
Yeah, I think it was in like the second part of the trailer of like he's because it's Capcom. Come on now, it's Capcom. So there's like, here's everyone's Street Fighter 2 versions, but in 6. It's there.
They name now is Cashcom. That's what.
It's always been Cashcom.
Cashcom. So we gonna it's always been Cashcom.
They've been fighting the allegations ever since Street Fighter X Tekken, bro. It's never going away.
Woo, boy! You remember that era, dog?
Of course.
See that stuff gets me hot. You guys, how y'all fumble this? But anyway, bro.
All I see is dollar signs. That's how you fumble it.
I'm about to get an aneurysm, dog. Yo, listen, my goodness, this don't make no sense, man.
Speaking of dollar signs, Tekken 8's reveal that we're going to be paying for Lidia again. Now,
you know what? I didn't buy Lidia, so but that's my thing. Right, yeah, I know.
You're like, I benefited from not supporting the previous release. It's pretty much what you're saying. Like, I was able to prosper by not getting the DLC.
Okay.
by someone who was also considered to be the future of that series. Like, well, you're selling her to me again, so how confident were you in that statement? You couldn't have had that much confidence in her if you're selling her as a character again. And the highlight of your story DLC is, here's what Eddie Gordo was doing during all this time. It's like, okay.
And it doesn't change the outcome of the game.
Right.
Like, okay, companies, if you're listening, don't sell me in betweens anymore. I don't care about Mad Max before Mad Max. I just don't. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I already know the end.
Yeah.
Right. If it doesn't change the outcome or add on to, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. With Tekken, you could probably get away with it, you know. But if I'm only playing as Eddie, why make the DLC if you're not going to feature these DLC characters in the pack?
Well,
it just doesn't make
which I mean, we don't know for sure, right? They just showed us a little teaser trailer, so I would imagine, I would think that whatever story DLC that they have, they only showed Eddie because they haven't revealed the other characters that they're putting in besides Lidia. So I would think that there's going to be at least 2 more characters. I would think that's going to be in that particular batch of story DLC to kind of be like, here's what the 3 of them were doing during this time.
I think they present the pack, and then the only way because people are just going to stop buying these characters again. Hey, yo, kid, you'll just put these guys in the game. If it's not new characters and the game is $70, which is technically not anymore, y'all paying $100 plus. It just you really paying the full price of the game,
right?
If you're not selling me the characters individually, this probably be the last time it works. I think.
I would agree. I would agree.
This is going to be the last time it works because you see the outrage at the Tekken store. This is going to be the last time it works. Other than that, they're gonna have to find a new strategy. They're gonna have to sell you characters individually. Something because it's just not sustainable. It's not sustainable, and it's
getting to a point where even though I did like playing as Lidia in Tekken 7, and I'm not trying to harp on her in particular or Tekken in particular, but I think it just makes me think of what I said a couple pods ago of like, yes, I like your world, I like your IP, I like your franchise, I like your characters, but I don't love your characters.
Your characters, yeah.
I don't love them. And there's nothing, that's not because of anything they're doing wrong. I just don't love them. I don't love them enough to be like, no matter how many times you sell them to me, I'm going to buy it because I want to play that person. I don't. I just don't. So, at a certain point, like you said, like this may be the last console cycle where it's like, hey, I'm going to sell you this character, which you bought in the previous iteration, again. Why? Well, you know why? Because we need money.
Yeah.
That's why.
And the thing with these packs, some people, they're going to pay, but if the pack's not worth it, why? Some people are literally like, yo, I don't want Lidia.
Yeah.
I could just get Eddie right now, and that's it. My Tekken, what? Faku Ramen? But there was Bruce.
Right.
No. Like, these are for me, it doesn't make any sense. Where's Lei Wulong?
That's a great question.
Lei Wulong should be in the base game. Oh, well, nobody plays Lei. Listen, you guys got to understand. Since when do you companies care about who's playing the characters? Mm-hmm. Like you guys cannot start allocating who makes it in the game because of esports. These people play because they just want to win, so they're gonna pick the character with the cheapest
who has
gimmick.
the most advantages.
So remove that and allow the people to play because they deserve to win.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because they're smart. They know how to do spacing and whatnot. Let it be that. But with this is going to be the last time these people try to get that over us, especially in today's times, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be like, oh, well, I guess I'll be playing Tekken 8 for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Because I'm not buying another character.
Yeah.
I'm not buying another character.
I think a good topic when we can record with Tim again would be, what are the base roster expectations for the big 3 moving forward? Of like, no matter what, here are 10 characters that have to be in these franchises regardless. Because you're right, it's getting to the point of like, the popularity, it only plays so much of a part. Because it's subjective, right? Because I could say in Tekken, I don't play as, what's his name? Hwoarang? right? The
Warang,
right? I'm like, I've consistently never picked him, but he's in every Tekken game. So what gauges is like?
And my thing, because it's like my thing is like, okay, why isn't Lei in the game? Oh, nobody plays Lei, but this is a new Tekken game which is more aggressive. Lei has like 3, 4 fighting styles in one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that'll be interesting in a tournament?
Right.
I don't know. Like you devs, you guys decided to make Tekken, and Tekken came to be.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can't be too intimidated. Now I understand there's a reciprocity between customer and studio developer. There's a reciprocity in the ecosystem, but on your end, you guys can't expect people to continue to pay for these characters, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Lidia, okay, that one doesn't press me too hard. Fakuramen, is never to me. The character looks ridiculous, too ridiculous for Tekken. It's almost like who edited this guy's? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense,
right?
So I never liked the characters. I felt like he was like
he seemed like a creative character where the person goes to the extreme, where they're like, what's the height limit? That's how tall my character is. How wide can I make their shoulders? That's how broad his shoulders are.
Like he looks like he's from the Street Fighter. One of the creative characters from Street Fighter. A tattoo on the side of his skull and his eyeball. Like, nah, man.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't feeling the character per se. And yes, I am a Bruce fan. I am. I just don't. Okay, I don't know if it's PR that they want all the characters to be from their nationality, like the Power Rangers. They want it to be all representation of their colors. I don't know. Maybe. All right. But okay. So then, why does Lidia know karate?
Yeah.
Just give me female Makoto. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah.
Eastern senses clashing with Western appeal, and it's just not.
So you say, because she's a super blonde fighter 4, it works.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
No problem. You know what I'm saying? We don't need Bruce. Nobody plays as Bruce. But I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, like, kid, nobody plays as Kazumi.
Right.
But they did.
Right.
She's only been in one Tekken installment. You know what I'm saying? Where's Kenpachi? He's only been in one Tekken.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
And to your point about customer developer reciprocity, it's just like, well, then give me a reason to pick this person, right? If Lei is so unlikable, unplayable, give me a reason to play as him. Don't just remove him. Make him good. Give me something.
Like your job is to improve. You are the developer.
Mm-hmm.
Make the product even better. That's it.
Yeah, it took until Mortal Kombat 9 for me to even stomach pick a Liu Kang. Liu Kang used to be the most boring character in every single Mortal Kombat entry, and he was the hero, the chosen one. I would never pick him. Never, ever pick him.
I don't know why. For me, I like Liu Kang. You know what I'm saying? I love.
His 10 and 11 revamp. I'm like, bro, this man is fire. Like, just to switch up his fighting style, and but again, prior to 9, I was just like. Anyway, so that's kind of where I was at. Like, it's your job as a developer. Like, these are your characters, these are your designs, these are your the results of your creativity. Give me a reason to pick this character. Make me want to play as this character.
I think it might be PR, bro. I think it might be PR. It just doesn't. I don't know. Cause for me, like, okay, Murdoch's making it back in the game. I hate Murdoch. Most boring Tekken character ever, dog. Like he just doesn't appeal. There's nothing about him to me like where I'm like, oh, okay. Like for me, if you sell me Murdoch, if Murdoch make it in the pack, that would make me not even want to buy the pack anymore.
But what if he's good?
If they make him good, okay, then that's different. So then why not use the same mentality for the other characters that you have? Lei's still in the game. How many times has Lei gone to a tournament? How many times has Shaheen get into a tournament? Nope, but because of PR, we got to get the Middle Eastern guy. We got to get the, you know what I'm saying? So then now that's when it's corny.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Now that's when it's corny.
It's either trying to hit certain, like you said, certain quotas, or the nostalgia factor, right? Like, because that's the other aspect. Like, you don't want it to be that either. Like, hey, remember him? He hasn't been playable in a while. Don't you like him? Don't you like him?
And then if y'all gonna go off of this quota list, so y'all remove the only black woman in Tekken,
Right.
like,
Right.
it just don't make any sense. Oh, but we have to make Victor. What's his name? What's the Raven's name? There's Master Raven. He got the Higher Raven, Gray Raven, Commander Raven, whatever, Sky Raven.
Right.
I'm like
Victor Wick, in my opinion. That's just who he is.
Hey, and I like Victor, but it's just like, okay, so I don't understand, certain things that's going on. Like, why not?
Hey, again, bro, Eastern desires clashing with Western appeal of like, you can't go wrong with a trained assassin Italian man or Frenchman. Like that never goes out of style. We've all seen Kingsman.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of where it's at, unfortunately.
And where's your oh my gosh, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
My one good takeaway is like I'm glad that Harada's listening and decided to do Tekken story DLC, even though we were just kind of like poking fun at it. I think, like we were saying before, when the game launched, Tekken 8, kind of just like Tekken 7, if I'm being honest, strikes me as a game that doesn't require a follow-up installment. It just doesn't. I'm like, you have the groundworks here to at least carry it through to the PS6, if not longer, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what the business side of like, well, no, we have to drop a new one because yada, 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 whatever that may mean. But I'm just like, everything is kind of here to me.
Okay. Let me tell you, this is what I think. You're right, but think about it. This is the biggest Tekken has ever been, right? So in a way, Tekken is just now being rebirthed in front of our eyes. Right?
Okay.
For us, it's culture. It's, what are you talking about? It's hip. Rap has always been here for us, but the rest of the world has not yet experienced rap. That's kind of where we're at with Tekken. Tekken is now hip hop being mainstream.
Right.
Do I think it's gonna go the mumble rapper route? Absolutely not. Tekken fans would never allow that. Tekken is already presented as lyrical. You know what I'm saying? It's your underground lyricist, MF Doom fans coming out of nowhere in every comment section. You're like, yo, what? It's that. So Tekken is always going to reach that caliber, right? You can't, if you don't listen to J. Cole, if you think J. Cole's boring, don't play Tekken. Because that's what Tekken is. Tekken's Kendrick's response. You know what I'm saying? Tekken's that mix up and flows. Tekken is Kendrick's response.
It's lyrically dense.
It's lyrically dense. Yeah. You want your little Drake pop songs? Go ahead and play Street Fighter. In fact, go play Super Smash Brothers. That's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? That's how they feel. That's how the Tekken community feels, right? So now I think because exactly Tekken does know how to handle its success. They're not. I don't think they're gonna get lazy because Tekken can't afford to get lazy. But
it's not about them getting lazy. It's just more so about what makes sense in the life cycle of the franchise.
They're gonna either reboot or continue because make the story better.
Because to me, it's just like you did a power play by launching a game with 32 characters out the gate, right? You can only tap into that bag but so many more times. Because I felt like they did that to kind of recoup on the back end of like, well, we'll have this battle pass that didn't work. We'll have the season pass that's super wonky. All right, so I think them trying to figure out the infrastructure that makes sense for, like you said, for the underground, right, become a mainstream. I don't know how that translates over as well. The Mortal Kombat model is not going to work for Tekken. It just isn't.
No, it's not. But the 32 characters out the gate will work because when you look at Tekken Tag, that was at the time, that was like, how many characters are in this game?
I mean, a fighting game with a full roster will in my opinion, always do something. Always.
And I think that's where they have their plus one because they could off the gate 32 characters again.
Yeah.
And the other games are not going to do that.
No.
Street Fighter is not going to do that.
Street Fighter is never going to do that ever again.
Virtual Fighter can't do that. You know what I'm saying? They can't.
Virtual Fighter has to do that. What do you mean?
No, but they can't do it. Who's paying for it? Sonic?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Who's going to pay?
They need
Sonic?
to. They just
Sonic
literally
pay for
cannot
Sonic.
afford it. I got you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have to. Like you have to. So Sonic is paying for these new revamps. You know what I'm saying? Sonic the movie they have to. You know what I'm saying? So they have to, but they're not going to. So they're gonna get you. But this is Virtual Fighter. What's gonna make y'all different from Tekken? There's none of that tracking and da 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 da. Everything is manual. This is even better than Tekken. You know what I'm saying? Tekken's mainstream now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's
this is
gonna make
a real
feel,
finger callus maker.
yeah, boy. You control it, kid. Your regular Xbox controllers must be tested, dog.
Right.
Your regular PlayStation controllers, but yet that $19 price tag on the reusable joystick. They gonna make that thing after 1,000 uses.
Yeah,
that's it. Go buy another one. So that's my thoughts on Tekken, man. I think Tekken can do it. Because the thing is, if Tekken adds on to what they're doing right now, for example, giving us a more robust online store, we'll make the compromise because we don't see it as they're trying to get one from us. We see it as let's make Tekken last. You know what I'm saying? Let's make Tekken. And I think because of who's there, it's not just Harada by himself, it's Mike Murray and Harada.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. I think they will do the best they can because Tekken 7 should not have been as popular as it was, and it did great.
Yeah.
It did great. Now that they have robot netcode, kid, after once next year starts, Tekken is going to be in a better place, I believe.
No, of course.
They fixed the netcode. They fixed the online store. The thing is, I believe Tekken launched before they wanted to.
I don't believe that.
That's what I'm starting to see.
I do.
Because the Tekken stores, look at the Tekken store, kid. It was something that they came up with last week's meeting. Hey guys,
that's because they don't know what they're doing. Them lights shine a little bit brighter at the top.
Yeah, they're not ready. Okay, I agree. They're not ready. Okay, they're not used to being number one.
Yeah,
all right, that's true.
I keep coming back to that. Like this game in particular has shown me more and more of like you guys were you're the. I don't mean it to like sun them or like put them on a smaller pedestal, but you guys are better at refining than you are innovating. Is what I'll say. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Tekken shines brightest when it's able to take a general idea and do it in a Tekken way versus, hey, here's a baton, you run. I haven't seen anything yet that shows me that they're ready to like be in this position that they're at right now. I haven't. They can still course correct. I just haven't seen it yet of like some of the moves y'all doing. Y'all are lucky this game is really, really good and really fun because this would have not gone over well with other IPs for sure.
Like y'all decide to make the ground bouncing random now. It's like
yeah,
that was y'all. That's what made me get Tekken 8.
Mm-hmm.
I could smash you through the floor and it feels satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make characters that's not wild, man.
Yeah,
just like you know what I'm saying. Azucena, retarded kid. like I mean, I shouldn't play Tekken and you can move like a Smash Brothers character. No. But who's gonna beat you?
Yeah, but that's what makes it interesting, right? Like when I see the little clips of like some guy who like programmed his controller where it does the Eddie Gordo 1-2-3 combo that automatically kills you. That's exciting to me. I saw that and I immediately got Tekken 3 nostalgia of like pick Eddie, tap circle, and any button combination to win. Once he starts doing the capoeira, it's just a countdown to the KO screen. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Get good.
Get good, and let them correct along the way. Hey, guess what? I know you put out a patch last week. Looks like I'm gonna put out another one. Sorry.
Because you think Eddie's retarded. King is also retarded, kid.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah,
like,
but
sorry, like, this is just, you want to make a fighting game, this is how it works. This whole, I'm going to do an update every now and then. Now when y'all are the headliners at EVO, chop, chop, come on. Let's get to it.
I mean, as much as Street Fighter's fired, it's just, it's Tekken time now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Tekken time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tekken is, and it's crazy to me that people's first time playing Tekken, they enjoy Tekken more than they do a Street Fighter. Like for the first time.
I don't find that crazy.
You don't? Okay. I find it crazy because, the 3D spectrum is, very hard for people to adjust to.
Yeah, but I think that's why I said I think roster is king in games like this, because even though the gameplay might take some adjusting and get to, you have 32 different options to find something that I'm sure you will like. You'll like one of these characters. And I think that's the difference. As opposed to Street Fighter, where it's like, yeah, it's a solid roster of 16 characters, but Chun-Li's Chun-Li, Ken is Ken, Ryu's Ryu. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things I'm like, they play the way I expected them to, which is not a bad thing, but my Street Fighter is Street Fightering. You know what I'm saying? Like, my Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombating. It's not like, oh, man, all these revamps. Yeah. All these revamps.
Did you see Movado?
Right. And even when I said that, I was like, I mean, depending on the character, because now Johnny Cage has no projectiles. So it's really a case-by-case basis. But
we got rid of the green ore that made Johnny Cage cool.
Right. that allowed a human to have a fighting chance in this world of otherworldly creatures. But hey, right? He has a fan meter now, then he gets cockier and whatever that is.
Ain't his master rating though? They're rating trading him.
Yeah.
Not everybody using the talismans for Jackie Chan.
Right. Clearly, Raiden and even Liu Kang has favorites. But our last fighting game / moving into anime topic of the night, we saved it from last week's, and I think it timely fits with the overall topic and theme of this week. Hunter x Hunter's getting a fighting game. Hunter x Hunter's getting a fighting game after what seems like maybe 10 years too late. In my opinion. And although the initial trailers looked super sketch, they released character trailers in this past week that clearly show the upgrade to the graphical fidelity. Now, granted, what that means in comparison to how things were when it was first released, it ain't exactly, Arc System works, but it does look better. The character models look a little bit more accurate. But my initial question, Jory, is what do you think? We're getting a Hunter x Hunter fighting game that's done in the style of Marvel vs. Capcom.
Okay. Remember when I would say in previous pods, and including this one, where the character design should grab people, should make you want to play these characters. Hunter x Hunter wins because the storyline is good. That's it. The character design for Gon, and you can pull up a picture right next to me as I'm talking. It's not the greatest character design ever. He is NPC quality at best.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no. Let's just be real, right? He is Dragon Quest 1 quality interesting. When you look at his best friend Killua, he looks like a teenager that's shopping at Target that wet his hair.
Okay.
And he's related to assassins.
Okay.
His father looks more interesting. His brother looks interesting, right? But let's talk about Gon. Okay. Wow. Number 1. Big mistake. Green and orange. These colors normally don't go well together. But SSS Rank. Look at Trunks' color scheme. Trunks' color scheme works because he has yellow. It's easy on the eye. It draws you to the eyes. They're close to each other. These boots, those Daisy Dukes, No, yo, do you see where his knees are at, my brother? Oh my goodness! And what is this? A Chinese jacket with American Daisy Dukes on? Come on! And these boots, what do they help you do? You know what I'm saying? You got Final Fantasy 18 boots on, bro. Like, like, dog. What are we doing,
with
man?
the NBA in the 80s shorts on.
And you don't got a tape.
Yeah.
You don't got a tape. Look at that belt. Them pants not helping, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dog. Like there's never that you just don't look good, man. The design is not flames, man. But he's 10. He's 9. Yo, listen, Naruto got more drip than you, bro. I'm just saying, kid.
Yeah.
At least Naruto understood what he was wearing. This is not it. This design, oh my gosh. I hate Gon's design. I have to say. I hate it.
Okay.
And you go to Killua, I hate his design
rather than
too.
ragging on the protagonist, what do you think about the game?
I'm getting to the game. Now, I'm watching this. Why do I want to play this game? Nobody look raw. Then you got man in the business suit hanging around children. Hey,
well, he's still
listen. He's
still young too. He's just not as young as them. He's still young.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's yeah. So I'm just looking at it like I love Hunter x Hunter, but I don't love it. Wow. Okay, what he wearing? Look at the shoes, kid. That's Pallet Town ones. Oh nah, come on, man. Yeah, like this is your average kid at Target, dog. Like, nah, man.
Maybe that's what the author was going for. Like, it's supposed to like juxtaposition against what their actual abilities. Maybe
and that's why
it don't work for a fighting game.
That's why for me it don't work for a fighting game. You could have picked Naruto, Yu Hakusho, but Super SS Rank. They just wearing uniform. Okay, Yusuke has better fashion sense than these boys. He gonna pull out of the 80s bag. You can't lose. You can't lose. You can't lose. 80s Japan fashion? Oh, you can't lose. Come on, man. You can't lose. He gonna look like a young Donnie Yen in that video where he wakes up in the morning like he too fresh. You not gonna beat that. You're not gonna beat that drip, man.
Do you think to include that? Do you think the initial rumors of it was supposed to be Hunter x Hunter / Yu Yu Hakusho fighter? You think that would have been a better?
That was the rumor?
That was the initial rumor before the game was officially revealed. That was going to be just a Hunter x Hunter versus Yu Yu Hakusho type.
1000% better. Because now you're forced to choose your style. Right? This style, the way Hunter x Hunter is looking, I know it's early build, but that junk is looking like Power Rangers Into the Grid. Which is, bro, I'm telling you, I feel like I could find Power Rangers Into the Grid at 7-Eleven.
You probably could.
And my son grab it. You feel me? I don't have kids, by the way. My nephew grab it and say, hey, what's this? Power Rangers Into the Grid? Wait, $5? All right. Wait, all DLC included? All right. 90 characters? That's right. What I was gonna say.
I was like, I've heard that the final build of that game was actually very it's very Killer Instinct like it's very technically sound. The roster's all over the place. Like, why would I have Ninjetti Black Ranger Adam and Green Ranger and like the character selection a little wonky, but
I mean like. I'm because for me, I'm like, yo, like y'all really doing the Power Rangers game? Like y'all gotta understand, like if I can't see from 5 feet, the Black Ranger from Ninja Storm is just a Black Ranger with a power up in my eyes. The Green Ranger from Power Rangers Ninja Storm and the Green Rangers from Mighty Morphin. Then you got Rangers I ain't never seen before in America.
Yeah.
Then y'all got Chun-Li and Ryu in the game, but with helmets on.
Yeah, and apparently they were planning also for Ken and Cammy to be Power Rangers as well.
Yeah. So okay, guys. Like y'all not distinct. Yeah, it's not like Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider, every Kamen Rider look different.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And then y'all gonna add the Psycho Rangers in there. Like, it's just, how do I distinguish? That's character design problems. You get what I'm saying? So with Hunter x Hunter, I know people like it, but for me, looking at this, if I was looking at Hunter x Hunter just at Bars and Nobles, I'm 10 years old. I'm not reading the manga off of just Gon's appearance. That's why I never watched Hunter x Hunter, because of Gon's appearance. I'm not drawn to the character, but it had to be somebody to come to me and tell me,
I'm
"Hey,
about to say,
the story's amazing."
The story is,
but that's fine. But I'm the guy who looks at this, sees it, and walks away. What about the normies, the kids who don't know about Hunter x Hunter? It would have to be someone to advertise your product, versus me looking at Dragon Ball Z, me looking at Yu Hakusho or Bleach, because Bleach off of just looking at Ichigo looks interesting.
Right. And to be fair,
me looking at
to your point, Hunter x Hunter, I would say, is a harder sell out the gate. Like, I would say, in the times that I've introduced people to the world of anime, it's like after they get their little introduction animes out the way, I'm like, hey, by the way, Hunter x Hunter, really good, really good. I don't, I don't lead with it ever. Like
before Naruto, before One Piece. Yeah,
One Piece is a hard sell too. That's a topic for another day. For normies, it's a hard sell. Hard sell. But let's not get too off topic. So the Hunter x Hunter, because I'm kind of with you, right? I see what you're saying. It's, especially given the power system of that world, I'm like, really and truly, the only people that are able to like throw down in a way that makes it interesting haven't done enough in the series to warrant being a character. Because I'm just like, other than a couple members of the Spiders, everyone else is kind of weak, to be honest with you. So who's the?
And how many Animorphs are you gonna have in there?
Well, it has to be a lot. It has to be the Chimeras.
How many Animorphs?
Yeah.
Then y'all gonna pull from the Big Bomb Brigade. What's that Adventure Time that they was having? To me, it's Adventure Time arc. The Adventure Time arc.
Video game arc. Oh my gosh.
Y'all pull characters from there.
Hated that arc. Oh my god.
I'm just saying. Beware of the bomber.
I hated that arc. And it's already been confirmed that he's in the game. The bomber. The bomber's a character.
Oh no, that's the arc they're pulling from, because you can't pull from any other. You got the ninja that was interesting. That ninja guy. Then you're gonna have to add in what's his name? Lucifer. Crollo Lucifer's clique. You're gonna have to add in the teachers that were teaching nin users. You have to add them. You have to. You're gonna have to add some of the chimeras.
Most of the chimeras.
You have to. Right? Then you're gonna have to add some of seasons one more interesting character. Then you're gonna have to add Killua family, because there's nothing there. Now, if that's your roster, I would never have made this game over Naruto fighting game. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't.
Or again, why wouldn't you cross it over with Yu Hakusho? Now, I get that the power scaling may be a little wonky, right? Because by the end of the series, I mean, Yusuke is the descent of one of the strongest demons to ever walk the realm of existence. Kind of hard.
Who just happens to like a human being,
right?
And not another demon woman.
Kind of hard to like. Well, I'm sure the power scalers are like, but actually, Yusuke would solo the entire, Hunter x Hunter universe. Like, I mean, probably, but it makes for a more interesting fighting game. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, right. And then now you're upset. Dante just peeks up. Hey, demon. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know, man. That junk was looking rough. Yo, you're not gonna survive in this fighting game world. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you think I have time to play Street Fighter and Tekken?
It's just
my palette is
right, and it's just an odd choice. It's like Hunter x Hunter. Manga's on hiatus. Anime is over. There's no other related properties. There hasn't been any like specials or a Hunter x Hunter movie, or they didn't even like animate the Hisoka versus Crollo fight from the manga yet. Like I'm like, there's nothing that would really draw people back into this property right now. At least there's nothing there.
Yeah, even announcing that the author is back on track, you know, and now he got a nice work schedule.
What does that mean? He's been on track before. We've gotten 6 months of content, more speech bubbles than I've ever seen in any series ever, and then he's back on hiatus. And it's not to diss him. I understand he's sickly and things like that. I get that, but it's just like this franchise is like it's treading water, and that's me putting it nicely. Why is it getting a fighting game?
Yeah, like I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know, man. And to be real with you, I wasn't impressed, man. That joke was. You feel me? That joke was that. You know what that was, man. That's like turning on. that was like turning on Super Smash Brothers Melee and just hitting down with Ness. Howdy, you know what I'm saying? Just doing that real fast, or just hitting the Z button.
Yeah,
that's all that was. I was like, man, this team is interns making this game, dog. Because it don't even move fast. It don't even move smoother than. I think at best it's gonna move as good as Power Rangers Into the Grid, because this is not it.
Yeah, and there's already been reports about the budget not being as high, and I'm like, I get it. I understand that it doesn't have the resources that it may need. But to your point, it's like there's already other generic anime fighters that are looking a lot better than this.
And then let's not to mention SNK's comeback.
Yeah,
slow comeback. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. They gave me a character that I never thought they could make a Shoto character more interesting, and that character's pretty interesting. Don't even know who he is, but everybody was going crazy.
Right.
That's a KOF fan.
Right.
You know, Fatal Fury. So, I mean, you think I'm going to buy this over that?
Right.
Off of just name? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Anime games now have, unless you come with the quality of Dragon Ball Fighter Z, no haps.
Well, that or you can install debate. Because Arcane Zero is going to sell. It's going to sell. It's going to sell.
Let's look at the fighting games on the market. Guilty Gear.
Mm-hmm.
It's here. We can't say no. And a new season's on the way.
Mm-hmm.
On the way, Mark of Wolves. Mm-hmm. Right now, Tekken, Street Fighter, still alive and kicking. They're only 8 months old. Mm-hmm. It's just one's a year old. One's what, 6 months old, 4 months old. Mm-hmm. February, 3 months old. Tekken came out yesterday, man.
Feels like it.
You feel me? The fighting game is saturated. Mm-hmm. This is not gonna. It's gonna. If you're not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, there's no hope for you.
Yeah. If you don't have a lock on like that niche market, that's like a Hunter x Hunter to me. I'm like, I don't see how this IP right now has enough legs for it to be like, let's make a fighting game about these characters.
Out of nowhere. And then you have Dragon Ball Z doing Spark and Blast. You think games that are $70 is going to make me want to buy this? No.
Right. And I guess to tie it into at least having one little anime segment, which I said in the group chat, why do you think, outside of course, like the story not progressing because of the author, why do you think that technically 90s series, right? Just like Dragon Ball, just like Gundam, why do you think 90s series like Hunter x Hunter and Yu Hakusho don't really get that same constant field of attention? Especially Yu Hakusho, which, everybody runs to the intro. Everybody runs to, it's aged better than most people would think, and and the character designs and this and that. And why do you feel like, what, in your opinion, why do you think Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter don't get the same amount of attention put into their worlds that we are getting with everything else? We got in Fist of the North Star games. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not to call it bad, but it's just like, you want to talk about a series that's irrelevant. Like, that's not even,
Yeah, that is very, Very, very true. I don't know, man. Because for me, there's also a lot of other things Toei could have done that have been interesting, but I don't know. Because Yu Yu Hakusho is, to me, the original big three.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You know, over here in America,
Definitely.
at least, because
Definitely.
it was Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, and give me something, and what, Naruto? Because a late arrival though.
Naruto's a little bit
That
of a
was
late arrival. I think
That was a late arrival.
the third one would arguably probably be Gundam Wing. Arguably.
Okay, right? Like they support the nonsense out of Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
I think number one, nobody has the licensing rights probably to Yu Yu Hakusho. Bandai doesn't. If Bandai had it, oh, we would definitely get one. And then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with Yu Yu Hakusho to make it unique? Because you can't give us My Heroes Academia game, an arena fighter.
No.
You don't give us no Kill la Kill. You know what I'm saying? I just think Yu Yu Hakusho probably just hasn't sparked enough interest. I think once they do an over or a revamp, it'll get something.
But
because
Netflix just did the live action series like not even 3 months ago, and it was pretty well received.
It was fire, but like I think it needs a little bit. Yu Yu Hakusho's not on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
Yu Yu Hakusho's on Netflix,
yes, bro.
I don't believe it. Let me turn on the box, kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jory is now finding out in real time that Yu Yu Hakusho has made it to Netflix.
I had no idea, ladies and gentlemen. This to me is baffling. Let me see.
Get your reactions here. Tune in.
Man, I don't know, man. It's just not enough love, man. I think. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah. So you can watch Netflix's live action Yu Yu Hakusho, and you can also watch the original Yu Yu Hakusho on Netflix.
And it's so crazy. You would not have Jujutsu Kaisen without Yu Yu Hakusho or Bleach.
Yeah.
Wow, it is all 4 seasons. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, bro.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. I don't know, man. Give me your thoughts, bro, because I'll go off for you because I'm shooting blanks, man.
Well, I mean, I think as far as like you said, Yu Yu Hakusho needs something, right? It needs something. Like there was that rumor that they were working on some OVAs. I don't know how like accurate that is. I don't know when they're dropping. I know there was like a character post that was revealed however long ago, and that's why even when you said the whole thing about JoJo Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run, I'm like, I'll believe it when the trailer drops because we see these things all the time. I think with Hunter x Hunter, for the reasons you said about going in on their designs, I think it's a hard sell to the even in a booming anime market. It is not a simple pick up and read series. Like it has a very, very slow start compared to most other anime. So even on like a retrospect of like, let me get you into these series that have ended or on hiatus, Hunter x Hunter doesn't do a good enough job of dragging you in long enough for it to be like, man, they should be doing more with this right now. Right. So that one, I'm like, I can kind of see why it's been kind of left on standstill. But with Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm just like, it's like you said, you can't go wrong with those character designs. You can't.
You can't.
He is still cool looking. 30 years later.
Yeah.
The Toguro Brothers is still like an amazing concept, you know? So it's like, there's these things where I'm like, how does this not fit in today's anime era?
But to be honest with you, man, not a lot of people finish Yu Yu Hakusho. Because
which is understandable.
My lifeline to Yu Yu Hakusho was the Toguro tournament. And Cartoon Network took too long for me to even know when it came back on the air again.
Yeah, which is it's understandable. And then when you dial back into the series post the tournament, it gets a little. Former Spirit Detective, he has some very interesting powers. Okay. Then a darker demon tournament where they're even stronger, but Yusuke loses and all the other fights are off-screened isn't really the most compelling end to a series in a show.
Did that happen in the manga too?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe those are the reasons why, man, because it didn't end well.
But I mean, I don't know if I could buy that because some would argue that Dragon Ball didn't end well.
I mean, Buu Saga was not my favorite saga, man.
As it was not for most. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's if endings was indicative of the 90s, then you could make that argument for a lot more franchises.
A lot of franchises. But I mean, to be honest with you, Sailor Moon doesn't even have a gaming presence, and I would think you would make that before Killer Killer. You feel me?
Yeah, but who's the audience for Sailor Moon? In America.
You got Fist of North Star. Yeah.
Japan obviously apparently loves Sailor Moon, but I'm like, in America, who's our target audience? It's not us. It was never targeted towards us.
It wasn't, but you're gonna have the Fist of the North Star. You feel me? Imagine a Fist of the North Star.
But they have. I don't know if you remember when Netflix was releasing all the Japanese Sailor Moon movies that never made it to America. That was kind of the angle. It was a much darker story. They like leaned in even heavier to that whole like wonkiness of like, yes, here comes Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon's daughter from the future. And this, and like, there's all these things that they're like, Saturday morning cartoon Sailor Moon is out of here. But it's also just like, how much darker can you make a one twirling Venus power zapping demons with her magical tiara? You know what I'm saying? Like that would be my thing. Is like, how do you Fist of the North Star that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing stuff out there. I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. If you like, the thing is, if you bayoneted it, it would probably be a good sell. You know what I'm saying? You find a way to give it that pizzazz, because Bayonetta just reminds me as one of the villains in the Sailor Moon universe.
Yeah.
So you could probably find a way for it to work. You would just have to make it interesting. Combat would have to be there. It would have to be action packed. Like, yo, this is Sailor Moon game? And then I think that right there, what would work to sell those type of games would be the suspension of disbelief. Yo, this is Sailor Moon game? Oh, I ain't gonna lie, yo, that Sailor Moon game trailer was fire. Now I'm interested in the story. But you know,
that's why I feel like that same energy just naturally applies to Yu Hakusho.
I don't know, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how that be any different. Like, EA literally burns the guy so bad that his ashes are implanted into the wall. You know, like, there's just certain things in that series of like, this is quintessential, you know, like 90s they anime influence, and it's just
they got to give us a Yu Yu Hakusho Kakarot. Maybe that's probably what they got to do. There's no presence. He doesn't have any actual presence. Goku, I can find a game on the phone. I could find a toy. I could find a video game from the 90s that we playing, that we telling the youngins about. What Yu Yu Hakusho game that we got that we could tell people, hey, yo, this Yu Yu Hakusho game right here, this game changed my life. I could find a game for Berserk.
The PS2 Yu Yu Hakusho game was pretty good. You had a game on PS2 that was cool. It was cool.
But is it as popular as a Dragon Ball Z?
Well, no. But that's not fair.
No, but is it as popular as a Naruto Ninja Storms game?
Oh, definitely not. Not even close.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Ninja Storm gave us something. Kid, them visuals that I was looking at on the PS3, I was angry. Because I was looking, coming this Xbox 360. No. What happened? Them visual, kid, my eyes, it was like they put Visine in my eyes, though. Like Prince of Persia water. Tastes good. When I say, yo, this is what type of game is the camera angle on this? Yeah. Then the specials? Oh, I was hot. But guess what? There's no presence for Yu Yu Hakusho at all, man. That's my thing. The song is fire, but you just need it. It just needs to fall into the right hands, man. Bandai Namco
would a reboot save it of the anime? Like, but here's Yu Yu Hakusho. Because my only gripe with that series, and it's always been my gripe, is that pacing wise, you can feel that it's a 90s show. Like, it crawls. Like, you think the Dragon Ball Power Up episodes are bad. Yu Yu Hakusho's dialogue episodes, military crawls through the jungles.
And that's probably why I heard. Yeah, that's probably.
I'm like, man, they are just.
Because the story is dramatic enough for today's time. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, unless he does a reboot, and which he won't, because he's focused on Hunter x Hunter, that's his baby. I think he would just have to make. But the thing, he just has to make a team to redo it, and they have to fix. They have to not follow Bleach's template, and they fix what was wrong. Because once you do that, then I think it'll be in a good grace, and then that's what'll give it the momentum. It needs an anime release.
But can you fix it?
A re-release.
Right? I think that's also the other dangerous thing, which we spoke about last week with Final Fantasy, of like, it, for whatever reason, the things that should seem like a simple fix either don't get fixed or don't get fixed enough, and you just go ahead and create another problem instead. Of like, I remember even with I remember reading, because I've always found those things interesting of like what made an author do this for this character, whatever. And we'll probably wrap this up soon. But it's like during the last arc of Yu-Gi-Oh, when they started introducing Zork and the origin behind Evil Bakura and things like that, and you saw Zork's final design, Kazuki Takahashi, may you rest in peace, he was like, he's like, I gotta admit, I wasn't feeling great around that time. I was trying to kind of get through it as quickly as possible. So he's like, maybe I wouldn't have put the dragon head where I put it on Zork. So I'm like, fair enough. It looks very ridiculous, right? When he's
is that the Seal Roku guy?
No, I'll see if I can find a picture of Zork. But it's like, okay, so that means you had a chance to change it in the anime, and you just didn't. You just never did. Like, he's just been that way for the entire franchise. Let me see. Bro, you're gonna crack up when I show you this picture, because it's like, fam, what were you doing?
Oh, wow.
What were you doing?
Yeah.
You were really not feeling well. Because my goodness.
Okay,
the picture's too small, but you see it. You see what the dragon is.
This look like it's straight out of Berserk, dog. Yo, get it.
Yeah. So you have that, and it's just kind of like, okay, it seems like something you'd fix at the time, and you don't. Right? When they did when Toriyama did a couple of retweaks to even...
WB definitely had to fix this one right here, man. WB could not allow
there was no way. Yeah. There was no way, right? So you have that. You have the Dragon Ball ending where he kind of revises it a little bit, but doesn't really change anything too much. It's just like, again, the things that you're like, can we have it where Goku doesn't fly off of Oob that way? No, he still flies off of Oob. It's like, okay. It's just, I don't know if I would trust a redoing of Yu Hakusho, like, oh, let's let him fix these things. Like, the track record of quote unquote fixing has not been the best with these animes from the 90s. Somehow it gets worse.
Yeah, even Rurouni Kenshin.
There you go.
This new one,
perfect example.
Not it, man.
Perfect example.
This new one is not it, man. It lost. And number one, it looked like a chibi. It just nobody has an edge to them.
Yeah,
everybody looks
polished.
soft.
It's too polished. It's missing that grit.
Yeah. I'm like, man, this is not it, man. And you guys got all the technology to make it fire.
You know what? An even better example, when they rebooted the first season of Digimon. Right. Yeah. Right. And you're thinking, oh, perfect. It's like the 20th anniversary of Digimon. No more reused Nova Blast scenes for the 45th time. 90 episodes in. They got a budget now. It
didn't even feel like this.
No.
It felt like an attempt.
No, it did not.
You know what it felt like? It felt like CW writing, dog. Like WB39 writing. Like,
oh, what's the first episode?
Smallville.
Okay, they're going to the summer camp. Nope, no summer camp. What? No, they're going into the internet. Yeah, Omnimon is in the first episode. What? Yeah, he's in the first episode, and they don't know how they were able to do that. But they just met. Okay. Yeah, now they have like a super ultimate evolution where Greymon grows a claw and wait, what?
Because toys.
Yeah.
Toys. Because toys. Because toys.
But what about the
toys?
Edamon? No. Yeah.
So wait, this is not the Digimon where they're adults. This is the new.
This is a new continuity.
Oh, that's why it flatlined.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear about it. Yeah, that's why why it flatlined, bro.
with the same characters.
Yeah. No.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. Go ahead. Just flatline. Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know if again a reboot makes sense, but I'm like, but do we want it? Because again, the history of anime reboots have just not been what you would expect. It's not, it's again. I just wonder, like, to kind of bring things back to the topic and close this up. It's like I just don't see how. I mean, Dragon Ball's always gonna be Dragon Ball, but like to your point, it's like they found ways to keep Naruto relevant. They found ways to keep Bleach relevant. Gundam is still Japan's over there going crazy, still building real life Gundams just because. We was cool with the first one. Everybody, like, well, no, this one's gonna be able to rotate its whole fist, and you're like, bro, y'all aren't gonna stop until they can actually fly. Clearly, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gundam still.
Japan don't care. Japan don't care. People were losing their minds when they took down the actual Gundam.
Yeah,
that was headline news.
Yeah.
The actual.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, why do these series get to live on in that way, and the Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter doesn't live on? The
fans don't speak. They don't really have a presence, man. Like, their voice is not louder than Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, Goku is the standard of fighting. Like, this Gojo versus Goku thing is so ridiculous, dog. Like, yo, Gojo won't make it out the first season of Bleach.
Right.
Guys, stop. Kakashi Sensei shows up. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole fighting style is built off of Tozen. Let's stop.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just have Tozen's Bankai. That's it. Kenpachi shows up. Sukanohu. That's Sukanohu. Yo, y'all need to stop playing. And Bleach is my least favorite out of the big three.
Mm-hmm. Right?
You know what I'm saying? If Grimjo does a guest appearance. yo, stop. Y'all want to do convenience store Ichigo haircut? Y'all done, kid. It's over, dog.
And I like Itadori. I like Yuji. I do like him, but you're not wrong.
Y'all done.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he's like, but you don't understand Super SS Rank. Sukuna he can cut through dimensions with his with his ability. His cleave and slice can
Kenpachi do that because he's just strong. No technique, kid. No technique. Because he decides. Like, Dawn didn't even understand he could turn Super Saiyan 4 to the last episode, the last season, kid. Like, what we doing? Right. What we doing? Dude, nah, man. Like, and then the thing, like, when I said Kenpachi got weight, you said Kenpachi, people stop. Damn, like, yo, I get stressed.
Yeah.
Dog took off the eye patch. Oh, yo, man, I'm too strong. Yo, I like, nah, man. Dog got the Miami hairstyle. No!
Right. I don't do stealth.
Kid.
There's bells here. I want you to know I'm on my way. The boogeyman.
And then, y'all think y'all gonna beat the scientists from Bleach? Yo, listen.
Yeah.
This man is DC levels of anxiety, kid. Like, yo, come on, guys, stop.
Right.
I'm just baffled, kid. I know we gotta roll up soon, but no, I just can't take it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes me laugh because you're right. At least once a week now, I see if Goku, Naruto, Gojo, All Might are in a room, and Goku can't fly. Naruto can't use Kurama. It's like, does Goku still know martial arts? Is he still a Saiyan? Then
you done.
What are we talking about?
they did you see what they did when they added Kakashi in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yes, I did.
I was at peace.
Yes.
I was at peace. I said, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yes.
Y'all not beating first. Y'all not beating Kakashi after the ER with Itachi.
Yeah.
When you get off the ER. Yeah. No.
It's just different.
No, like, y'all need to calm down, kid. What's an expansion domain compared to the Sharingan?
Yeah.
What's an expansion domain compared to the infinite Sekuyomi?
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's a term. You feel me? Like, it's nothing. That's the thing is, Yu Hakusho doesn't have that presence. I didn't know Yusuke was born to a demon run father. When I learned that from you, I lost interest. I think those decisions killed Yu Hakusho in the heart, for me at least, because I wanted Yusuke to be human. That just worked for the spiritual realm. You know, I wasn't expecting 90s trope. He's actually the son of a demon.
The Bleach prototype.
And then his form that doesn't even look better than Kurama's.
Yeah. His demon form was always like, what is this?
I'm like, oh, this is someone you say is gonna kill in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't.
No, this is his demon form. Huh?
Oh, tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, blueprint for Sukuna, by the way, guys. But anyway,
right.
I'll leave y'all alone.
But you know, I mean,
yeah.
Again, like this will be the last question. You don't think something like even Toguro sets a precedent somewhere? Like, I think that did power scaling in a way that, in some ways, was on equal scaling of Dragon Ball. Right? Dragon Ball used to kind of give you this thing of like, if they can go through a building, go through a cliff, this person's strong. Toguro, like, I'm telling you, I'm only giving this 50%. And you just broke your hand on my chest.
Yeah, okay. So, some of the scenes that made Toguro were very subtle. They asked Toguro, hey, yo, I think they offered him a cigarette. He said, no, I'd like a large cup, glass of orange juice, cold, please, freshly squeezed. I'm 9 years old watching this episode. I said, yo, that terrified me. Kid, he don't want no cigarette. He want juice, kid. hey, I'm turning off the channel. Right? And his presence. So we see, number one, I think they did it not as grand as what they did with, what's his name? Aizen. Mm-hmm. I wasn't expecting Toguro to come back. When he came back and said, yo, I'm going to meet you in the parking lot. Because we just happened to run into each other. Because I came to deliver a message. And he did he destroyed the parking lot. And he started to run into for me, a parking lot at 9 years old, you got to be a bulldozer.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel the ground rumbling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that right there, that made Toguro, I'm like, yo, now we got to meet this man in the tournament. And you saw what he was doing to the people in the tournament. Like, nah, man. And in his team, you had to do, like, it was too much, bro. You had the dude with the no.
But that's
if he touches you,
you
blow
saying,
up,
bro. That's what I'm saying.
The armor, yeah.
I would have thought that it would have, had these carryover factors.
No, yeah, it does, but you just need someone. It just doesn't have the presence, man. We know it, but the kids don't know it. It does. We don't talk about Yu Hakusho like Yoroni Kenshin gets talked about more than Yu Hakusho. You know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't have that. Like, I can't find Yu Hakusho manga at Barnes and Noble. Right. That'll help.
Yeah, that's true.
That'll help.
That's true.
I could find Bleach. I could find Yoroni Kenshin, but I can't find Yu Yu Hakusho. They don't do a good job at keeping it alive, even in small increments. There's no statues. There's no game cards. There's no app presence. You get what I'm saying? These things are vital. Half of that, a little mobile game for Yu Yu Hakusho would probably do a lot more because it's free. It's free. Everybody can get their hands on it. SNK is only coming back and having all these guest appearances on their mobile game because it's actually fun. right? So that's my whole thing. Yeah, okay, maybe y'all want to make a Dynasty Warriors style Yu Yu Hakusho game.
It would work.
It'll help.
It would work.
It would work,
Mm.
right? And that's my thing. Like, you know, Berserk has a presence. They have their Dynasty Warrior fighting game, and it's a good one. I get to fight the crazy insane monsters with no form of censorship.
Right. The only thing Berserk is missing is a coherent anime. That's it.
That's it. That's it. Once that happens, it's a breeze.
Yeah.
It's a breeze.
All it's missing is a
yeah, but that's
anime.
it, man.
Okay.
That's all it's missing.
Yeah.
And that's nonsensical. That's nonsensical. Like I'm baffled.
Why after 20 years are we getting another Berserk series in PS2 graphics?
But yet y'all got 97 seasons of Sword Art Online.
Yes.
97 seasons of the Quest for Camelot called what's it called? No. What's that? That anime? Come on, man.
Which one?
Foldable Studio.
UFO
Let's go. No.
What?
You always see it. It's a blonde girl, and then there's a dude with the reds. He has a double blade. Then there's a dude with this, and then they all like from the Holy Grail. They're going after the Holy Grail. Fate, State Night, Grand Order, Grand Order 9, I'm like, dog, even Grand Blue Fantasy got an anime, and that started off as a mobile game. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Tell me why not? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Je ne sais pas.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that we hit our topics for tonight. I really don't have any other thoughts that's left unturned.
Tim would have been great for this.
He would have. Tim would have been. We might have to have like a forward for next episode of him just kind of giving his 2 cents on everything we talked about. Because
man,
I know he would have lit Tekken up. Actually, no, he would have really let Street Fighter up. To be honest with you, he has not been pleased with Street Fighter's anything this entire time.
No, I mean I don't blame him because it's like, I just think it's an unwritten rule. Your story got a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play fighting games for the story, but the casuals that allowed you to do a 9-string combo and have good graphics do.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
they do.
There's a reason why super combos and hyper combos were introduced and never went anywhere.
When I was 9 years old, I couldn't play Tekken because it was too crazy for my mind. But guess what? While my cousins was playing the game and explaining to me what was happening, the story got me hooked. I've never heard a story like that before. Coming out of Japan, I hate my dad. Let me throw him off a cliff because he threw me off a cliff. I ain't never heard anything like that in my life. I'm vested. This is my Young and the Restless. I gotta know what happens in the next game with the Mishima family. I have to know, kid. What? You mean to tell me Kazuya can turn into a demon? How? I gotta know, kid. Wait, Kazuya's dead? And he has a son? With June? How? There's a raptor in the game with boxing gloves? Oh my gosh, sign me up. Oh my god. I'm in heaven. Oh my, yes. Yeah. More. Then I'll get to see their fighting style. Now I see what characters I like. I didn't know what a Rengatane was, and then I corrected myself. I told everybody that's Hurang. He only uses his legs. The first Sanji before Sanji. I was happy, kid. It was the story. When I'm playing Street Fighter, because my first Street Fighter game to be introduced was Street Fighter Third Strike, because they had the Dreamcast, right? And I'm looking, I'm seeing they parrying. I said, yo, who's that man with the red hair? That's Akuma. I said, yo, is that Ryu's dad? Because the lore wasn't written, we said yes. Because there's evil Ryu, so he has to be his dad. They gotta be related, right? It's the lore that got me. You think the history behind the Warrior channel would not blow if the story wasn't there? It's the story of Mortal Kombat. Like it's an unwritten rule. You cannot divide them anymore. Do you know what the SNK story is? No. I don't care. I don't care. Do you?
Yeah,
I don't care.
I have no idea.
Hey,
yeah,
do you know what the Virtual Fighter story is?
come on now.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Why? I don't care. What? Who is this guy that looks like Ryu, but that's not right? And you have the nerve not to use kung fu and not shoto attacks? You're a grappler? Oh, hey, get this man off the stage, please. Do you know the story of Soul Calibur?
I thought I did.
But you kind of do.
Yeah.
You know that there's two swords, a good one and a bad one. Hey, that's it. You're in. What goes on from here? That's it. We got you. That's all we wanted you to know at base level.
I kind of did.
It's a good sword.
Once they went
sword.
Traveling through time, I was like, you got me.
Yeah. Oh, hey, listen. We're not talking about fire.
Yeah, like,
that don't exist no more.
I'm tapping out.
Okay.
You got me.
Yeah. Like, you know, do you know the story of Dead or Alive?
2 characters.
Who? But what, do you know that story?
Not well.
Do you know anything about them?
No, not well.
Okay, talk to me. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know.
That one ninja girl with the red hair. And then there's what's his name from Ninja Gaiden. That's about it.
Oh, but hey, you know he got his own game, right? Hey, you know. Hey, welcome to the club, guys. He has his own story. Hey, that's it. But we don't know nothing about these characters. We don't care about these characters because we don't know nothing. Do you know the story of Darkstalkers?
Yes and no.
Okay,
I can always know more, but
okay. Give me a piece. Give me something you know. Give me a piece.
Essentially, they're like an anti-hero Avenger of the supernatural. Like they are a mixed group of supernatural entities
Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I want. Yeah. That's enough. This is supposed to be Sasquatch. This is supposed to be the Loch Ness Monster. Right. This is supposed to be the Swamp Thing. This is supposed to be Haunted Samurai armor. This is a mix up on. This is supposed to be the Mummy.
Right.
This is supposed to be Dracula.
There goes a succubus. Got it.
There goes Werewolf Man, but he has nunchucks. Oh my! Capcom it up for me, baby. I want to know the story. I want to know the moral of the story. Do you know about Mortal Kombat? Tell me who's the guy in the hat.
I can tell you everybody is in Mortal Kombat because the lore is there.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. So now you want to play the game?
Yeah.
That's it. You can't separate them, dog.
Yeah.
You can't. If me and you were to make a game, I guarantee you, me, you, and Tim, dog, we would be the first try. Okay, you know the Ninja Turtles, the Tribunal. That it's just three to complete the Tribunal, and we would have our game, kid, because the lore and the story would be there. Let's be honest, me and you got into the game because of the story. I know we got to wrap up, but this is heavy on my heart, guys. Community, listen, creators. I know that there's people that don't even play the story. But guess what? They're not going to pay the bills. At least not all. They're going to pay some of the bills.
Right.
Right? Because then they're going to look for the scam characters. The characters where you got to press one button because they think they elite. And they're going to find an elite way to win, but they can't play anybody else. But guess what? The rest of the people, they're going to give you y'all bread so y'all don't feel like y'all wasted y'all time.
And you gotta,
that's all I'm saying.
And you gotta figure out how to appeal to them.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you feel me? Give me the story and then make the mechanics work. Now you got your $50 from here and you got your $50. You got your $70 from there. But remember, kid, no net code. Deals off, game dies because the casual's not gonna keep you,
right?
And the people that's gonna play the game that gonna make the casuals stay,
right?
You need them both. It's an ecosystem.
It is.
Everything matters in a fighting game. Everything matters.
One hand definitely holds the other for sure. Yeah.
You think I want to fight in front of my house at night? You think I want to fight in front of my house at night? I'd rather fight at my house than fight inside my house than fight in my backyard. That's a stage.
Yeah.
That's a stage. But we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta end it, man. Because I'm gonna keep going,
Yeah.
but we gotta
Okay.
end it.
I mean, you did give me an idea for a topic for another time, but I'll tell you once we're done recording.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fire.
All right.
But all right,
Yeah,
y'all. Thank
yeah,
y'all
man.
so much for watching and or listening to another episode of the Gamer Podcast. Hope y'all were thoroughly entertained by Super SSS Rank's passionate plea to developers about the need for story in fighting games. Once again, I am Antonius, the Gamer. This is Super SSS Rank. Mykale Smith will see you next week, and this is the Gamer Podcast.
They both matter, by the way, guys. They both matter. But we love you. Like and subscribe.
Yes.
We hope to see you next week.